Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ari Nicole, and in today's video we are going to be making a strawberry cake. And I had so many challenges with this cake, you guys. I want to talk about the importance of patience and also explain the process of how I actually made this cake. So first and foremost, I decided that I wanted to have strawberry cake just to change it up, but I did use a different buttercream this time. So I made Swiss meringue buttercream because I saw so many videos of people saying it's so delicious and it's so good. I've actually had Swiss meringue buttercream before and I thought it was okay, but I was like, let me try and make it myself. Now the consistency turned out great. However, I feel like I'm really used to my American buttercream recipe that's absolutely delicious. If you have never seen the video of me making the American buttercream recipe, I will link it in my description below. But you should definitely try it. Now, no hate to the Swiss meringue, but I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. Now, you may have saw that reddish filling that I just put in the center of the cake. I was attempting to make like a very berry jam to go into the middle. Now I am still practicing how to make jams. I made them before, but I didn't have the proper ingredients, so it was kind of like a wing it type of situation. So I said, you know what, I still want to have that berry flavor, so let me just add it to the center of the cake. Now, this cake was not for anybody at all. I am just making cakes to practice my craft. But of course, I still want to taste the cake and make sure that it's good. So I was like, let me just try to make this jam. I had some frozen berries in my freezer, so I attempted. It kind of got a little messy, but it really did taste delicious. So this cake, it was a struggle, okay? I made a lot of rookie mistakes as I was making this cake. First, as you can see, usually I put a dam around the filling. When I put filling in the center of the cake, you usually want to put like a dam or a line or a circle around the filling so it doesn't drip all on the sides like you see how it is right now. But for some reason, I don't know why I didn't do that. I just really didn't think to do that this time. And luckily for me, how I kind of solved that problem is I am putting a crumb coat on the cake, but I decided to pop it in the freezer for a little bit just so that that jam would not continue to leak on the sides of the cake. But yeah, it was a little bit of a mess. But this cake really taught me a lot of patience because I spent hours on this cake, believe it or not, and I actually thought that this was going to be a really quick process, but as I'm learning, it really doesn't matter how many times you do something. You should get quicker. I mean, of course you should get better, but everyone has those days where it just really doesn't turn out how you planned. And in the end, you will see how the cake looks. I think it turned out pretty cute, but the idea that I had in my head is definitely not what was executed, but that's okay too. And now I'm just using a paper towel just to get the sides of the cake, the bottom of the board pretty clean. So yeah, we want to make sure it looks a little bit neat. And now I'm using the stencil method that I just saw a few hours ago on YouTube, where you use 2 toothpicks and you keep the stencil in place. If you are new to my channel, then you may not know that I did make a stencil, use a stencil on a cake before. However, I did not use this method, and I thought that this method was really good. I think that I kind of pushed the toothpicks in the cake a little too deep because it did make a sort of two holes on the sides of the cake, and I was like, oh my gosh, now I gotta fill those up. So it was a lot of trial and error with this cake, and it's all good though. It's all good. We are learning. We are taking it day by day. So now I just applied a lighter buttercream on the stencil just to make it pop, and I'm just scraping off that excess. Now I've seen plenty of stencil videos where they come out so gorgeous, and I'm gonna get like that. Just trust and believe. I'm going to get like that. This is the second time I've used a stencil on a cake, and I think that it was pretty decent, but I will perfect this for sure. And again, I am just about to remove this stencil. And you may see it, I don't know if you're gonna maybe see in this angle, but it is like 2 holes. And I was like, dang, they're kind of big. But I just filled it with some buttercream and then I just smoothed it out. So it was okay in the end. But yeah, this is the reveal. It does look pretty cute when I'm looking at it now, but I saw some imperfections. But of course, I'm decorating the cake, so I'm going to see everything that's wrong with it, to be honest. And I didn't show you guys the bottom border. I decided to do a double bead and then I end up not liking the border. So I will be removing the bottom border because I felt like it looked a little too thick and it just wasn't the vibe I was going for. So you will see me in a few moments decorating the bottom border with a ruffle tip. So right here we are just using actually, this is a leaf tip, excuse me. This is a leaf tip, and I'm making ruffles using the leaf tip. And I thought that it went with the vibe a little bit more. I actually learned this in a grocery store, and truth be told, I learned a lot of different things when I worked in a grocery store. And it was a lot of different techniques that I didn't know about. And also YouTube University has taught me so much. But yes, this cake required a lot of patience. But for some reason, when I'm decorating cakes, I really don't care how long they take for the most part because it is my happy place. But I did become a little frustrated with this one because I was like, this was not supposed to take that long. But in the end, it turned out pretty cute. And again, this was not for anybody. It was just for me to practice my piping and using a stencil again, essentially. So now I just thought this cake needed a little crown. I thought it turned out pretty cute. So this is the final product. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and don't forget to be patient in everything you do. Love you guys.